Alright gang, let's try this one. I thought it was just a slope, but I believe it's a tangent line we have to find. So, okay, so let's start with the derivative, and I wrote the derivative for the arc sine, the formula here. Alright, so let's look at the first one. The first one's just an arc sine, so that's just a straight up. We're just going to use a derivative. This is the u in this scenario. Alright, so the derivative would be u prime, which would be 1. Derivative of x is 1. Over the square root of 1 minus x squared. Alright, that's that part. Now let's look at this. Alright, so we're going to use the derivative again, but this time the y is what we're using as the u. So u prime will be dy dx over square root of 1 minus y squared. Okay, let's see what else we got. Equals to pi over 2. Alright, pi over 2 is just a fancy constant, so that would be 0. If you want to isolate dy dx, it's not too bad in this case. So you could move this radical over here. You could cross multiply this up. So they're both square roots, so you could put them all under the square root. You can even write it as its fractional equivalent. You could do something like so you could put this all under the square root, or you could say to the 1/2, which is the square root. So however you want to write it, but this one's not too bad to isolate. Alright, let's work on the slope now. So to do the slope, they give us this coordinate. I don't know why I'm thinking I can fit this down here, but we're definitely going to end up on the next page. Alright, so 1 minus radical 2 over 2 whole quantity squared over 1 minus, they both happen to be radical 2 over 2. Just remember to take the square root at the very end there. Alright. Alright, so if you square this, it becomes a 2. If you square the bottom, it becomes a 4. I know there's more to do there, but let me just start with that. So again, on the bottom, you're going to get the same idea, 2 over 4. And this is all to the 1/2. Alright. I may write more steps than you need, but somebody may need them, so I just try to write them. 2 over 4 is a 1/2. You guys can sort of see where this is going. Right, you're going to get a 1/2 over a 1/2, because 1 minus a 1/2 is a 1/2. Right, a 1/2 over a 1/2 is 1. And remember, this means square root, so it's sort of like if I wrote it like this. The negative's outside the square root, so you're not going to have that problem. Okay, so it's -1, meaning you're not going to have a problem with the square root because the radicand is positive. It's not negative. Alright, so the slope is -1. So now if we do they want the tangent line. I think they wanted the tangent line in another one I did, so if you guys are having a problem finding it, just give me a holler. Alright, so remember when you do the tangent line you need m and b. So far we have m. We have that it's -1. So now we just got to find b. And so to do that we're going to plug in those points they gave us initially. Alright, so you're going to move this to the other side. So you're going to add 2 over radical 2, so equals to b. Sometimes people get a little stuck or they don't quite remember this, so I'll write it out an extra step here. You basically have the same thing. You have one of these plus one of these. So you have 2 of these. You have 2 of that, and then the 2's reduce. So b is equal to radical 2. And we are there. Y equals to -x plus radical 2. Okay, gang. That's it on this one. I'll catch you. Bye-bye.